There are two main ways to make money in real estate investing, especially in commercial real estate. And we're going to find out today which is better because there is pros and cons to both of them. And I see this time and time again after doing $1.6 billion transactions with my team over the past few years that I run. And I will tell you in this video what is best for you based on where you're at and your goals. To follow along and take notes. So this is going to be super impactful for you and your empire moving forward. So there are two main kinds, number one and number two. There are active investors and then there are passive investors. Like everything in life, there are the two main ones. Now, the third one that people are spectators who just watch videos and don't invest in it themselves. Don't be that kind of person. But the main two, active and passive. Now, as it sounds, active investors are trying to create equity. That is the main goal. To create equity, and then passive wants to create cash flow. Now, one, as it probably is easy to guess, is quicker than the other. If you're trying to do passive income, which is this cash flow, that is going to be a safe way to make money month after month. Obviously, it's investing safe, used loosely, but that is going to be what it's all about. It's like I'm buying this asset, it's either a 3, 4, 5, 7 cap rate, probably class A, maybe class B, nothing really needed in that property. It's going to be totally cash flow right from day one. Hopefully, already stabilized for you. That is the goal of a passive investor. And then you have active investors. These are people who are trying to buy high cap rates, the 7, 8, 9 plus higher, because we know those properties are probably a D, C, and maybe a low B asset class of your investment strategies, meaning they need to have something added to it, which is adding equity. That could be increasing the rents. That could be upgrading the units. That could be adding on to the facilities or to the apartment complexes and so forth. Well, one of the like the most, that would be the whole entire strategy of active income. Now, what's nice to me about active income or active, investing is that eventually when you do this, you get kind of both. It's really hard to get both on cash flow unless there's like more acreage you can add on to. Or later on, if you want to, you can upgrade rents, upgrade other strategies of the property from that point too. So again, don't think you're stuck in either one. If you're doing this active, it can become passive. If you're doing passive, it can become active depending on your goals and what you want to do. Now, what I've seen though from both of these people is for active investors, more often than not, the whole goal is to create wealth and income as quickly as possible. That is the whole entire goal. And more often than not, they're either pretty young or they have a young operator or young partner or young agents working with and for them to help them grow that income as quickly as possible. And of course, if you want extra help and support with all things commercial real estate here in Austin, Texas, or anywhere for that matter across America, down below, link in the description, have a call with me directly. I can walk you through the best practices, how we can help you, and so much more. We've saved our clients over $250,000 before on buying one single property and made our clients millions of dollars cumulatively over the past few years. And we'll help you too. Again, no obligations, no strings attached, but down below, link in the description, have that option for you. This would be active investors. Now, passive investors takes normally two forms. Either you're working with an agent or directly to the seller, and you're buying the property. It's always stabilized, has great returns within reason, and not a whole lot of management involved. And that is the strategy. Or number two, you're a passive investor that you're investing into a large fund where other people and investors, maybe some case in, maybe it's just a group fund or a family office that you're part of or own yourself, maybe G2 or G1, whatever case might be. This is just passive with lots of flow pouring into them and you're just making money every single month and year. Now, I don't think there's any right or wrong way to do this. If you want to do passive income, go for it. If you want to do active income within reasons, go for it. I know for me, my first got into real estate, I was super, super big on passive income. The problem was that passive is normally a lot smaller and it takes so much longer. Was it helpful? Did it help my family when we needed it? Of course. But recently, I've switched over to just doing pretty much active real estate, either working with my clients directly, helping them buy and sell commercial assets, or also investing and trying to make equity plays myself. One or two options. Now, of course, for me, all main goal is helping you guys buy and sell real estate right now. So all is active in terms of forming equity by helping you guys make equity on the property, through cash flow or through actually making it better. Now, the reason why this is so important is because let's say your goal is to make $1 million. Easy go. The goal is to make $1 million. Now, here's the thing. If I do active investing, I can make $1 million on one single asset. Seriously, you can make $1 million, 5 million, 10 million, $100 million on one single asset. Like for example, there's a big skyscraper here in Austin, Texas, that was created not that long ago, got completed actually in 2025, and it's called the Modern. And when they created it, the developers on that property created equity and made $50 to $60 million on one single play. Now, obviously, it took them many steps and evolutions to get to that point, but the point remains $1 million is created off of one single transaction, $1 million made off of one single transaction. And with passive income, unless I'm super aggressive on buying more properties, even if this asset makes me $100,000 net every single year, it's going to take me 10 years to do this. Now, for that example, that was a long process, still probably half the time, if not less, than a 10-year waiting period. In that timeline, obviously, you can obviously invest in more real estate. You can use this capital to buy more properties. Now, again, I'm a fiduciary. I will not. Most people you see online will kind of sell you a mass amount of programs, so not getting all information. I'm not. My only thing I'm selling is real estate, so there's no like strings attached to them. So you can obviously get to a point, make $100,000 super quickly as well in passive income. Like, don't let people say you can't do that. Totally can. But I will say in active investing, let's say I'm buying a storage unit facility, 100 units, for example, it's easy math film. And let's say that they are doing a terrible job at management, rent controls, rent collections, and so much more. There's no automations, there's no staffing for the most part. It's really poorly kept. And they want to sell it to me for $1 million, easy math, the high cap rate, meaning it needs to have work improved on top of it. But I know that I can increase the value by 2 because the risks are so bad, the management is terrible, there's people need to be evicted and having auctions going on, whole 9 yards. I can buy that property probably below market value. I'm like, hey, $1 million is too high. How about we do $600,000, $800,000? I've gotten deals way below market value many times, so it's possible. So right there, I made $200,000 in equity from day one. If it's appraised at $1 million, so there, $200K already done. I'm a fifth of the way to my $1 million marker of getting that $200 million I wanted. Now, number 2, we go in there, or clients go in there in this case, and we walk through a checklist. Can we add cameras? Can we add automations? Let's install an eviction notice. Let's put up our flyers. Let's do ads. Let's do light touch-ups so it's super affordable, maybe $1 to $3 per unit overall on this property. And about doing all these things, maybe it costs me $50,000, $20,000. Let's do $50K. Let's make it easy math. I tell you $100K. This is going to be a high investment. You can do these deals with no money down, obviously, like in terms of like the collections and increasing rents without having any money. But let's just say 100K. So now about $100,000 of equity that we still created thanks to our strategy. But by doing that $100,000 of CAPEX into this property in terms of management and improvements, this property went from being worth that $1 million to now worth $2 million. And now you just made another $1 million. Now we're at the $1.1 million of equity created, all by doing a active strategy. Of course, this is active. By doing this strategy, I'm buying an underperforming asset. I'm doing value adds. That's the whole goal of buying, class CBD. It's buy them at a discount, fix them, improve them, make them run correctly, stabilize them, and then afterwards, you have a really good margin point moving forward. Well, passive income, depending on the strategy, you pretty much buying class A and just waiting for it to grow for you every single month. And also using appreciation as well and debt pay down so that make your wealth that way. Again, there's no right or wrong way. Now, again, I will say up above a whole video that breaks down what my thought process is on terms of how to really manage your money, how the super wealthy people in the world manage their wealth. Because your business makes you money and your household makes you wealthy. So what I see a lot of my clients doing is being super big on active investments up front. And after they do the active investments, they turn the assets into passive investments. But because they made so much equity, they can then pay themselves a salary every single month with bonuses every single quarter and year, and then use that money in the household to buy these class A and high B properties from day one and there's cash flows for them, or buy other things like stocks, mutual funds, and bonds as well. It's also just cash flowing if it has dividends and stuff like that, or just has a really high safe return that's super stable. So again, little ways you can do both of them. I do think if you're a younger person, then probably active strategy is probably your best bet. Because again, if I make 100K on a passive cash flow deal and it's made $1 million on one deal in 6 to 12 months, or even 3 years, let's say it takes a little long to do this, I still made that same investment, same amount of money in a third of the time. So again, don't let people online kind of fool you into thinking that it's only a right or wrong way to do it. It all based on your goals. So your goals are I'm going to get wealthy and rich as fast as possible, active. If your goals are I'm going to something super safe, I'm not having to deal with anything, and then passive with to go. Hope this helps. You can over here have a whole breakdown as well on how to understand what is a good investment, how to do underwriting down below, a whole playlist that's about all things commercial real estate. And of course, make sure you like down below, smash that subscribe button, tag your friends, give us a sale. You want more support and help with all things commercial real estate, whether that's buying or selling, anywhere in America, down below, call me directly, walk you through the best steps, what to do, what not to do, and so much more, help you make the most amount of impact in your investing career moving forward. Thanks for watching. I'll see you at the top. Have the best day yet.